Thank you to Taro Wolf for their generous donation on Patreon.
Hello everyone, my name is Decker Link, the trained unprofessional, and welcome back to Extracurricular Activities. It's so quiet. You were wrapped up in a blanket on Harold's bed, and you rolled over to find the bed was empty. Oh, Harold's gone. Where'd he go? With nobody else on the bed with you, you took the chance to sprawl out in the center of it. Ah, there's so much room on his bed, I wish I could sleep here every night. You just stared up at the ceiling while you laid there, thinking back to the previous night. Man, last night, things got a little wild at the end. I mean, the entire night was a lot of fun, but the end, whoa, I really did that, didn't I? I would have never thought that I'd end up sleeping with my teacher, let alone being the one that was on top. I really took him for a ride, though, and he seemed to love every minute of it. Can't deny that I enjoyed it, too. Heck, thinking about it is making me hard. You reached down under the blanket to adjust your forming erection, and that's when another thought crossed your mind. Come to think of it, I should go take a shower or something. I didn't really clean off last night. I was so spent. There's dried cum in my pibs, and things feel kind of greasy from the lube. The blankets and sheets should all be washed too, I'm sure. Not to mention, a certain bear's load hit the wall and headboard, so we gotta clean that up. I've never seen anyone cum like that before, and the look of the sheer shock on his face was priceless. Yeah, we just have such a mess to clean up. But where's Harold? You sat up, and that's when you heard something from the bathroom. A couple minutes later, Harold emerged. Ah, you're awake. I hope I didn't keep you up. You didn't. I was wondering where you were, though. I got up a little bit ago to clean myself up after last night's romp. My fur was matted and greasy, and I just had to wash up. I even had jizz in my hair. I can't believe I shot that far. I was impressed. I've never seen such a feat. We made quite the mess, didn't we? Yeah, we did. He sat on the edge of the bed and scratched his fingers over his stomach. Well, why don't you go take a shower and I'll start cleaning up in here. I'm sure you'd feel refreshed afterwards. Sounds like a good idea, but I should help clean. I help make the mess. Don't worry about that, I can handle it. You sure you can handle it, huh? How do you feel, by the way? Sore at all? You fiddled with his tail while you spoke and it wiggled around. A little bit, but it's not too bad. You're certainly not a small guy, so that's to be expected. Maybe I should be a little gentler next time. Are you kidding? With a playful growl, he pulled your face to his and kissed you. I wouldn't want you to do it any other way after what I experienced last night. You better believe you're gonna get the same treatment from me too one of these days. He kissed you once more and slid his paw over the blanket, giving you a cratulate squeeze. Go get in the shower now. Let's get the day started. We have to make sure things are ready for the guys later. Alright. He's certainly in a good mood this morning. He seems so much more relaxed than usual. Today should be a fun day. Everything was gone off the bed, and Harold wasn't in the room. I suppose he's putting everything in the wash now. He'd already cleaned off the wall and headboard, too. Feeling better after a shower? Much better. I see you must be feeling great, too, since you didn't even bother putting clothes on. What, don't you like me au naturel? I don't mind. I just didn't expect it is all. Yeah, I didn't fucking expect it either. I should probably put some clothes on, but it feels nice not having to wear clothes. Then don't put on clothes. I don't really mind. I can tell your eyes keep wandering down. I can't help myself. I need to put on clothes anyway since I'm about to make breakfast for us. It's my turn today. You just have a seat in here and I'll call you into the kitchen when it's done. He didn't have to get dressed, but I suppose it's a better idea anyway. I wouldn't be able to keep my eyes off him. You got comfortable on the couch, and it didn't seem like long at all until you were called into the kitchen. So what'd you make for breakfast? Everything smells good. French toast and scrambled eggs. Sit down and I'll bring you a plate. The syrup is already on the table. It's been a while since I've had French toast. It's been a while since I've cooked it, but it looks like it turned out just fine. I hope you don't mind powdered sugar sprinkled over yours.
Nope, I'm good with that. Harold set a plate down in front of you and joined you after he prepared his own.
Dig in then, let me know if it tastes good. I mixed some cinnamon and vanilla with the mix. I dipped the bread in to give it a little extra flavor.
It's a perfect addition. This is really good.
Great, there are a few extra pieces on the stove if you're still hungry when you finish what you have.
I might have to get seconds then. You powered through the first helping of food and decided to grab some more, but you took your time eating the second batch. I saw you got the bedroom mess cleaned up.
I didn't want to leave it there. It had run down the wall and everything, so I had cleaned it all up. Oh, and while I was cleaning, I remembered something else.
What was that?
Last night, you didn't actually use the condom. It was still on the nightstand, sealed.
You dropped your fork and put your hands over your face. Oh my god, you're right. I was so caught up in the moment, I didn't even think about it. I don't know how I managed to forget. I'm sorry, Harold. I promise. I'm clean. You're the first and only person I've ever been with.
I know. It's okay. To be honest with you, I knew you didn't use it last night.
Well, why didn't you tell me to put it on then?
I was really into it last night, and I just wanted you to unload inside me.
Oh. Well, you got what you wanted then, huh?
Sure did. And trust me when I say it feels way better to go bareback.
His face was flustered and he laughed again. He went silent after he just crammed as much food in his mouth as he could. So, what do we need to get ready for the team to show up? It took him a moment to choke down everything he had stuffed in his maw before he could talk.
I don't think there's much to do. There's too much to do. I just need to sweep the house and tidy up a few things here and there. It shouldn't take me more than an hour or so. Hour to do.
So it'll take half the time if I help?
Yep. As soon as we're done eating, I'll do the dishes if you want to start sweeping. The kitchen, living room, and bathroom are the only places that need to be handled, since they shouldn't be going anywhere else.
That'll be easy enough. It'll take no time at all. What about after we cleaned? Is there anything else to prepare?
Really, that's it. We're ordering pizza later, and when we have our L&L stuff all set, there isn't anything else we have to do. That means we can just relax for the day.
We can take a dip in the pool.
Maybe. It's still cloudy outside still, so I don't know if we'll get the chance. I suppose if there isn't any thunder or lightning, it'll be okay. And you still don't have a swimsuit.
Do I need one?
You want to go skinny dipping with me?
Could be fun.
It's been a long while since I've done that, and I do have a good privacy fence. Let's finish eating and do our cleaning, then we'll go jump in the pool.
Sweet. The food was all eaten, so Harold gathered the dirty dishes to be washed, and you got ready to start sweeping.
The broom's in the pantry, and I'll wash the dishes and wipe down the table and counters after.
I should have everything swept by the time you're done, then to the pool we go.
Let's get started then. That took even less time than I expected it to. The sun even came out, so we should take advantage of that while we can. You ready to hit the pool?
Yeah, let's go, in case the weather changes its mind.
I'll grab a couple of towels on our way out, so let's go. Man, the pool looks so great now. It's hard to believe it looked as bad as it did a couple of weeks ago.
The water's so clear now. You ready to jump in?
See? I am now.
You didn't waste any time diving into the water with a monstrous splash.
Oh boy, the water feels great. Hurry up and get in here.
Here I come, then. You jumped into the pool near Harold, splashing more water on him in the process.
Doesn't it feel good?
Yeah, it does. It feels even better because I'm naked.
It's the best way to swim.
I've never been skinny dipping before.
Really?
Really? I've only ever swam in public pools, and you can't very well swim around naked in those.
I suppose not. You can swim naked here whenever you want. As you can see, there's no way anyone can see us. I'd forgotten just how freeing it was to be naked in my own backyard.
Harold fell backwards, floating on his back with no issues. His wet belly fur glistened in the sun, shining down on it. He also got a good view of everything floating between his legs.
It's so much easier for me to float around now. All this fat serves a good purpose.
You float a lot better than I do, I'm sure. You laid back in the water like he had done and floated, but you couldn't keep your head above the water. Seeing you struggle, Harold waded over to you and put his paws under your head and back to help keep you up.
You got more muscle than fat on you, so you aren't gonna float like I do.
His head moved down your back to your butt, and he made your hips bob up and down in the water.
This feels really nice, isn't it? This is really nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Without warning, he hoisted you out of the water and tossed you forward several feet. You resurfaced quickly, sputtering as you regained your bearings. Shot him a dirty look, and he just laughed. What's the big idea?
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
It's not fair that I can't do the same to you. There's no way I could lift your big butt.
Well, things are a little different in the water.
Harold dove under the water, and you watched the brown ball swim toward you. His body hit yours, and he popped back up out of the water. He wrapped his arms around your neck, and you cradled him in your arms.
See, look at that. You're holding me up, big butt and all.
But if I tried to throw you, it wouldn't go as well.
Do you really want to throw me away?
You had no idea he could make his eyes look as pitiful as he did just then. No.
I was hoping you'd say that.
With Harold in your arms, you wandered slowly around the pool. His thick frame was nearly weightless in the water.
I'm so excited to play L&L tonight. It's been ages since I last got to play.
I'm looking forward to it too. It's great that everyone's going to be playing with us.
It's surprising that Darius is joining in. I wouldn't have expected him to care.
Knowing him, he has his own reasons for coming.
I have no doubts about that. I'll beat him if he tries to ruin our game, though.
You and Chester both.
Thunder?
There's some dark clouds rolling in, it looks like.
Well, that sucks. We haven't been out here long at all.
Yeah, I think we can stick it out a little longer, though. There isn't any lightning yet.
I don't know about...
You didn't let him finish his sentence as you fell forward, submerging you both in the water. You laughed as you poked back up out of the water, but Harold didn't come back up. What's he doing? He moved around under the water, swimming beneath your feet, and that's when he decided to come back up. You were lifted into the air once more, and with a roar, he flipped you backwards over his shoulders. You were quicker to react this time, bursting up behind him and attaching yourself to his back by wrapping your arms over his shoulders and legs around his middle. Sneaky old bear.
Hey, you started it that time.
It was payback for you throwing me, so things are uneven again.
What do you want from me then, so we can make things even? You better make it quick, those clouds are moving fast.
He was moving backwards towards the stairs that led out of the pool. Let's just sit in the water a little bit longer. No funny business.
No funny business, huh?
As he went to sit on the stairs, you slipped from behind him and maneuvered around in front of him. You sat in his lap, facing him with your stomachs pressed together.
What would you constitute as funny business?
He held you by your waist, grinning as he began to lift you up. Throwing me or dunking me in the water, first of all.
What about this?
He reclined on the stairs and pulled you down onto his lap, pressing his soft cork and balls up against your butt. It even hugged your junk into his belly while he ground against you. A rumbling growl sent chills through your body as he pulled you in as close as he could.
This is, acceptable, right?
He was grinning broadly when he sat back up, forcing you into a powerful, lusty kiss. Another growl reverberated through your body while his lips were locked with yours and his paws had shifted to your butt. It didn't take long for your cork to get hard against his stomach, and he didn't tease you for much longer, letting you go and pushing you back gently into the water.
Are we even now?
Maybe.
Only maybe?
He spun around and climbed out of the pool, shaking off as much water as he could. You watched in awe as his body shook, sending water everywhere, as every ounce of his muscle and fat quaked.
Well, enjoy the view for a moment, then. Maybe that'll do it for you. Maybe don't enjoy it too long. We should get inside. There was lightning with that one.
Yeah, you're right. It was nice while it lasted. We'll have to do this again whenever the weather is better.
Yeah. Guess I need to take another shower now. I don't want to smell like chlorine all day.
I bet that smell can be strong since you're covered in fur.
Yeah, it destroys my nose. I don't like how it feels when it dries on my fur either. I just feel gross afterwards. So we should hop in the shower.
We?
I could use some help scrubbing my fur. My shower's plenty big enough for the two of us, too. What do you say? Come help your big bear get clean?
How can I say no to you? Let's get you clean.
I'll get in the shower started right now.
Wasting no time.
How do you like your shower water? Feel hot, warm?
I prefer warm. I'm fine with warm water, not too hot, not too cold.
Middle ground kind of guy, huh? I can deal with that.
Harold started the water and turned back to you.
I would have woken you up to shower with me this morning, but I needed some time alone to clean up.
That's okay, I understand.
It's been a while since I've had anyone to shower with me, so it'll be nice to have someone else there to scrub my back for a change. There's plenty of me to clean, that's for sure.
Leave it to me, I'll make sure you're well-groomed and presentable.
Oh yeah, you can help with that too. This'll be great. The water feels ready, so shall we?
Make sure you leave room for me.
There's plenty of room, so get in here.
Harold was standing with his back to the wall, and the water was only hitting his legs.
You get in the water first, since you're really easier to clean.
You stepped into the shower with your back to him and his belly brushing against you.
Is the temperature okay?
It is.
Good, let's make sure you get all the chlorine out of your hair.
You put his hands on your shoulders and gave him a squeeze as you let the water run over your head. Once your hair was thoroughly wet, he dumped a glob of soap on your head and began working his digits through your hair. You didn't know what else to do, so you just stood there as he massaged the soap into your scalp.
Tell me if I'm being too rough. I'm not used to doing it for someone else, and I can be a bit rough with myself sometimes.
It's fine, it feels good.
And since this is an all-in-one body wash, I can just use that on the rest of you too.
His paws finished with your head, and they began to slide down your neck to your shoulders and then to your back, rubbing soap all over his hands as he moves.
What kind of classes do you think the other guys will choose for the campaign?
Huh?
I've been thinking about what classes the other guys might choose for tonight's game, and I was wondering what you thought.
Oh, I have no idea. I'm not really familiar with any of the classes, so I don't know what they'd choose.
That's true. I'll tell you what I think, then, if they play classes based on how they act. I see Darius as playing a rogue, since he's a sneaky, conniving feline. It would certainly suit how he behaves. Spencer, I can imagine him being a paladin or some other chivalrous character with a lawful good alignment.
He forced his paws up under your arms and squeezed soap into your armpits while he continued to chatter.
Oh, and Darius would definitely fall into the chaotic neutral kind of character. He might even run chaotic evil. He likes to mess with everyone, so he'll clash with whatever Spencer decides to play. Dozer is harder to peg, though, since he's more of a loner. Maybe a druid or a monk would suit him. I think he'd still be a lawful character, but I don't know if he'd go evil, good, or neutral.
His hands stopped at your sides, and he held you there while he contemplated what he just said.
I really don't know with him. We'll find out in a little while, though. I actually play on the chaotic good side.
What does that entail, really? While he continued to speak, he moved his hands down to your sides, pausing again as when he grabbed your waist.
My character's a good guy, but he doesn't really abide by any laws or any other authority figures. I have more freedom to choose. I have more freedom than those confined to playing lawful characters.
So you get along with Darius then, huh? Your breath caught in your chest as he grabbed your butt. He squeezed it and groped it, lathering soap all across your backside.
Our characters would certainly get along just fine if he's chaotic, but if he's chaotic evil, we might clash with each other.
I see.
Your butt is really squishy too, by the way.
You could feel his fingers digging into your rear as he squeezed it. Is that a bad thing?
Not at all.
He pulled you back to him, putting his soapy paws against your stomach and chest. He circled them around your body, lathering you and as the water rinsed it off. Unknown to Harold, you were boasting a large erection at this point, and it was bobbing up and down as he ran his paws all over you. A similar reaction was occurring behind you, and you could feel his quirk thickening up against your butt.
I'll let you handle your nether regions while you do my back. You should be mostly done by now.
Yeah, I am. At least in the sense of being clean. He grabbed your shoulders and maneuvered you around the shower, positioning himself in front of you with his back to you. His cork slapped and slid against your leg as you swapped places, and it was nearly impossible for you to position yourself in a way that prevented yours from brushing against him.
You can be generous with the soap. There's plenty of it and a lot of me to cover.
And you're right about that. You're a big bear. So big he either doesn't notice my tapping him, or he does a really good job of ignoring it. His stumpy tail was wagging against you, and you started working your fingers against the back of his head.
Be rough as you need to be to really get in there, and be sure not to miss a single spot. I don't want any chlorine left in my fur.
I'll make sure to get it all. It was an arduous task making sure every inch of the bear was scrubbed in soap, but you got the chance to really feel over his body, too. You moved from his head to his neck and shoulders, taking a moment to massage them after he pushed back into your hands.
I've been needing that. Maybe I'll have you do this some more later. My shoulders could use a good rubbing.
If you want, I'll do what I can.
That'll be great.
That's a tiger. That's Tony the Tiger, motherfucker. You a bear. With his shoulders lathered up, you shifted to his back. You nearly pushed him over at first, and you just barely caught his balance on the wall as you grabbed his arm. Oh there, I didn't think I'd knock you over with that. Was I too hard on you?
No, sorry, I was just so relaxed I lost my balance. I could have fallen asleep standing up.
Don't do that. I don't think I could drag you out of the shower.
I won't, don't worry, I won't do that to you.
You scratched your fingers through his fur, moving all across his upper back and working down towards his lower. You could hear him groaning as you watched him arch his shoulders. This continued all the way down his back to his butt. There was a brief moment of hesitation, but you kept going, scratching his soft backside and making it bounce around. You worked it over top to bottom, finishing up with a teasing grope before turning your attention to his wagging tail. It's so cute and stumpy.
My tail?
Yeah, it's been wiggling non-stop since I've been back here.
Well, does that when I'm happy.
It's a good thing, then.
It is.
You couldn't help but grab the wiggling extension and give it a squeeze. In response, Harold shook his butt around to free himself.
Hey now, that little guy isn't as tough as the rest of me. He's kind of sensitive, so you have to be gentle with him.
Hey, sorry, I'll remember that. You scratched your fingers over his butt again and reached down so as low as you could at least get the top of his legs. The only way I'm getting any further is if I kneel down, and my face will be practically in his butt at that point. I need to get as much of him as I can, though. I have to get down there. You filled your hand with soap and squatted behind Harold, putting you at eye level with his backside. Water was rolling down his cheeks, and it took a lot of effort not to just sit there and stare at it. You tried putting your focus into his tree trunk legs, though. Your hands could barely cover the width of his leg, and they felt like one of the more well-muscled parts of his places on his body. Man, your legs are thick. I've never really noticed just how well built they are. He raised his arm up and glanced at you behind him.
You don't have to get my legs like that. I can handle them.
No, it's my job to handle the back. I gotta get every bit of you. Besides, I got a good view from here. His body shifted and he spread his legs a little wider apart, giving you access further up between his thighs. It gave you a clear view of the goods dangling between his legs too, and you were distracted once more. You moved your hands slowly along his legs, mesmerized by the heavy swaying of his furry orbs. It wasn't until he moved again and stepped on your toe that you were snapped from your trance. It caused you to fall back with a thud, and Harold spun around quickly, leaning over to check on you.
Yeah, you okay? I didn't hurt you, did I?
I'm okay. You stepped on my toe, but I'm fine. I think I was just more startled than anything.
Come on, get up. I'll finish my legs off so I don't hurt you again.
He pulled you to your feet, but he didn't put his back to you again. Instead, he propped up his foot in the shower and began scrubbing his legs while he talked to you.
It's been really pleasant having you in here with me. It's almost like being in the gym showers before it had stalls. All the guys would just be naked together in a single room. Just guys being guys, talking, laughing, and whatnot. There was nothing gay about it, unlike how things are nowadays. Now, if you so much as glance at another guy when he's naked in the locker room,
yeah,
it's what I was used to, but that changed over time. This is a little nostalgic, so it's been enjoyable.
You know, it's the first time I've ever showered with someone.
That's right, isn't it? How's it been for your first time?
Couldn't have been with anyone better. It's been fun.
Good to hear. I hope I haven't kept you bored with my rambling.
It's been nice. He still had soap on his body, but he crushed you in his arms and hugged you and pulled you back into the water with him. A passionate kiss was shared between you, and he was staring into your eyes with a broad grin while he broke it. When he broke it, the water running and dripping from his face.
I love you so much.
I love you too, Harry.
Come on, let's get dried off and go have some lunch. I'm getting hungry.
Sure, I'm down for that. He ran his paws around his body one more time, making sure all the soap had been rinsed from his fur. He then sprayed the water at you, so you could do the same. You stepped out before him, and he shook off as much water as he could. He didn't follow you out of the shower, though. You coming out?
I need to dry off first. I have this amazing device built into my shower that helps me out.
You pointed at the corners of the wall and the side of the looked and you noticed that it looked like little vents running from top to bottom.
There are 2 dryers installed here to help me dry off, so it'll be much faster for me to dry off than drying using a towel.
Oh, then you don't need my help drying off.
I'll need some help brushing, though, so just give me a couple of minutes to dry off and you can brush me before we eat.
Fine.